Welcome back to When Legends Speak. This is the second episode of Blood in the Carpathians, the story of Erzsébet Báthory. Roll back the clock with me. This is Courtroom, or Cover-Up. Some names echo through history like a scream in the dark. Last time, we uncovered the blood-stained stones of Cachtice Castle and met the legend of the Blood Countess, Erzsébet Báthory. But discovery is not the same as justice. What happened after the raid? Was it a reckoning or a cover-up? In December 1610, György Thurzó, Palatine of Hungary and once a trusted ally, led a surprise raid on Cachtice Castle. What they found would chill the blood of even the staunchest skeptic: mutilated bodies, chained girls, and whispers of satanic rituals. But the real horror didn't lie in the dungeons. It echoed through court halls, in secret meetings, and silent agreements.
The investigation was swift and brutal. Two servants, Ilona Jo and Dorothea Zentes, often misnamed as Ursula, were questioned under torture. At first they supported the accusations. Then they recanted, also under torture. But there was one servant, a man named János Ujvari, nicknamed Ficzko, who gave the most lurid and detailed accounts of what...
Ficzko testified to witnessing dozens of murders. He described brutalities that sound torn from a nightmare.
She would place oiled paper between the toes of the girls and set it alight. She beat a servant named Zuzana until she collapsed, then kicked her repeatedly in the stomach. Sometimes she pierced their lips with needles and sewed their mouths shut. I was ordered to carry the bodies to the garden or bury them under the castle floorboards.
But context matters. Ficzko wasn't confessing freely. He was confessing while bound and flogged, with execution hanging over him like a noose. Hungarian trial records describe harsh questioning. In 17th century law, this meant hot irons, wrist bindings, and, days without food or sleep. Ficzko's life depended on satisfying his interrogators. He was a poor male servant, a little person, socially disposable. The only way to survive was to give them what they wanted: blood, horror, and obedience. And yet, the testimonies didn't line up. Katarina Benica, a chambermaid, said she never saw Erzsébet kill anyone, only beatings, which were sadly common discipline. Anna Darvolja, one of Erzsébet's closest servants, said she witnessed violence, but also acted as an enforcer herself. The deeper you look, the murkier it becomes.
She punished them, yes, but not death, not murder. That was not her way.
If a girl was slow or disrespectful, she'd order lashes. I followed her orders, but I did not see her kill.
Some saw a monster. Others saw a noblewoman enforcing cruel, but not unusual, discipline. And Ficzko, perhaps he saw a path to survival, and took it. Despite dozens of witness accounts, including statements of children torn limb from limb or hearts served at feasts, Erzsébet herself never stood trial. There was no judge, no jury, no defense. Just a secret tribunal assembled by Thurzó and King Matthias II. The court seized her vast holdings and granted them to György, condemned not by law, but by circumstance. This was, honestly, a political land grab. Matthias II owed Báthory a massive sum in unpaid military wages from her husband's campaigns. When Thurzó led the raid, the debt just vanished, overnight. Many of Báthory's relatives benefited from her downfall. Those who remained loyal were either silent or, well, silenced. Her wealth was absorbed by those with political ambitions and royal debts to settle. Erzsébet was confined to a bricked-off set of rooms in her own castle. Not a formal prison. She remained there, isolated and unseen, until her death in August 1614 at age 52. Was it natural causes or poison, quietly administered to ensure her silence? The truth remains sealed behind Cachtice's crumbling walls. A wealthy, educated widow with no male protector was a dangerous figure in a patriarchal society. Rumors flourished, dark ones. Practices like bloodletting and gynecological care from foreign midwives were rebranded as witchcraft. Medical interventions became twisted into legends of vampirism and sadism. While Erzsébet was imprisoned, her accomplices were executed, burned, beheaded, or tortured. Yet other nobles whose own cruelty rivaled hers walked free. In the end, one woman bore the weight of all Hungary's sins. She became a myth, a monster, a cautionary tale, but perhaps not a murderer. Erzsébet Báthory became more than a woman. She became legend, shaped by fear, politics, and blood. The archetype of the female vampire. But history rarely remembers victims who look like villains. Was she the sadist we were warned about, or the scapegoat history needed? Next week, we peel back the layers of legend and step into the crypt of folklore, where the Countess becomes something far older and darker. Vampire, witch, immortal. Until then, stay curious. And remember, some secrets are best left buried.